If you are international in Poland right now, clicking easy apply 200 times every month, and I need to tell you something very important which you don't like. It's not a job search. You are literally in the gambling, and most people think job search means opening LinkedIn, mass applying to anything with a junior title on it, and hoping something is gonna pick up out of 500 applications. It's not a strategy, it's purely gambling, and in this video I'm gonna show you why 95% of job seekers lose before they even started, and I'm going to give you the exact 4-channel distribution system that my clients use to go from 0 to 8 job interviews per month. This is the exact system that helped Farid going from 300 applications with 0 interviews to 4 job offers within 6 weeks. But I need to tell you something very important. It's not a quick hack video, or if you're looking for some sort of bullet points or some sort of magic pill, it's not gonna happen, but that's the system. And if you actually wanted to fix your job search and treat like a full-time job, just keep watching and I'll give you everything what I have learned over the course of 22 months, me actually helping people to get a job here in Poland. So let's get started. Brutal truth about why job boards are a trap. So the problem with the job boards, especially Easy Apply, is the most competitive and lowest conversion room in the entire hiring process, because when the HRs they actually post one post and within 48 to 72 hours, one job position gets around 200 to 300 applications, obviously depending on the company level, and on average 200 applications, 72 hours. And if you think each and every application or the CV will get scanned by human, you are totally wrong and you are thinking wrong. You have to think about the internal candidates, basically people inside the company already trying to get that job offer, first of all. Second thing is the companies, they prioritize the referrals, people who have been working in the company, have the trust and actually referring someone. And it's a lot easier if you think about it from the company's perspective. It's a lot easier for them to qualify or to hire the best talent which are pre-selected. And on top of that, you are actually competing with the people who have the experience specifically in Poland. Believe or not, the companies, they actually prioritize or they prefer the people who have the experience, the local market. So basically you never had a chance, not because of your CV is bad, because you are invisible. So the point I'm trying to explain here is, if you are rely on the easy apply, even though you apply to 500 jobs, it's not going to happen. Like literally nothing is going to happen. And as I said, it's the most competitive and the lowest conversion room in the entire hiring process, and there are, to be honest with you, better way to actually go over the process about, and which I'm going to actually give you the distribution channel in this video. So the diagnosis is like I actually call this the way you're actually applying for jobs. If you're hitting the easy apply or just mass applying, it's like the lottery mode. This is what I call it. And you basically buy a ticket, and the ticket has the hope on it, like on the, let's say, envelope. And then the hope is not the strategy, to be honest with you, and you need to stop gambling and start building the distribution channel. So the defined distribution, the big idea, which is like 4-channel system, which is distribution, how many different ways you can actually use to get the job interview. Most people, they have only one, which is obviously the job portal, or just applying for jobs like massively. And then basically winners have 4 different channels simultaneously, which actually puts all the effort on a steroid. They are more likely to get the job offer because they can actually show themselves in 3 or 4 different channels. So 4-channel basically target application. The first of all, we're not going to actually focus on the mass application, but we actually focus on the things that actually you're qualified for, and majority of time you have to hit 70% of the requirements in the job description. Second distribution channel is recruiter outreach. So every time you actually apply for some specific job, the second thing you're going to do, you will reach out to HR, which is responsible for the given roles. The third channel is basically hiring, like they're basically reaching out to hiring managers who are the actual decision maker, this specific role. I mean, like for example, if you're applying to marketing specialist role, so you're going to reach out to someone in the company who is marketing manager. And then the last but not least, which is referral, which is by far one of the most important distribution, or like the strongest distribution channel when it comes to getting the job opportunities. So let me break it down each one by one. So the targeted application, as I said, it's not an easy apply or like the 100 times in every week. It's actually finding 15 to 25 roles every week where you can actually match 60 to 70% of the requirements. Read the job description, tailor your CV, even you can actually shoot a message to the HR. Why you think you are the safest candidate for the specific role, and giving that 3-4 bullet points what makes you qualified for the role. The goal is not the quantity, but the goal is quality. And every time the quality beats, because I've seen in my career, let's say me actually helping people, and oftentimes like the quality actually beats the quantity. The second distribution is recruiter outreach. Basically, recruiters are not your enemy. I mean, you have to address, like I want to actually address this first. The recruiters, their goal is to hire the best talent for the specific role. And it's your job to show yourself in a way that you are the highest qualified candidate or potential candidate for the specific role. And the recruiters are the shortcuts, so it actually helps you to not to sit on the line and just wait your turn, basically showing your CV. It's not going to happen, or what makes you qualified for the specific role. So the system works like this. Every week you have to find between 20 to 50 recruiters, and then criteria is like the specialized in your niche or same industry or the same role. And then the message is going to look like, hi, my name is X, Y, and Z. I saw you placed candidates at company name. Let's say I'm a software engineer with 10 years of experience, Python or C++. And then you know exactly which works and which doesn't. So that's how you're going to put in the work and just find out the copy that works the best for your specific case. So let's say on average, if you get 50 messages, basically 3-5 responses every 50 messages. So for you to get, let's say 20 messages, how long? Let's say 30 messages, you have to send 350 messages. Or if you wanted to get, let's say 10 messages, you have to send, I don't know, 100 to 150 messages every week or every month. It depends on how fast you wanted to get that job offer. And then basically every 3 to 5 responses, you can actually get 1 to 2 actual openings or the opportunities. That's way better than what you're actually trying to get over the course of some period of time. You're actually trying to get a job, mass application. The third channel is hiring manager outreach, and then basically you can actually skip the entire strategy, because to be honest with you, most job seekers, they are too afraid of reaching out to the hiring managers. They're too scared, and that's exactly why it works, because as long as you have the proof, as long as you can show why that you are qualified for the role, they are basically the decision makers, and it's a lot easier to get a job, even faster than referrals, even faster than HR. It's actually getting a job is a lot easier through reaching out to the hiring managers or someone who is the actual decision maker, because you don't have to apply for the through portals or waiting for the HRs. You have to get to the direct decision maker, find hiring managers on LinkedIn, find someone on the team. So the distraction, you're not asking for a job, you're asking for the conversation. That's the template, how it looks like. Hi, name, I applied for the role at the company. I noticed you are the team. Your team is working on a specific project for your research. So basically something that you researched about the company or the role. I have experience in specific skills. Would you be open 5 minutes chat about the role and how I can add value? So as I always say in the conversation, you have to lead with the value from the point of please give me the job or give me the chance, but you're actually providing some sort of value for their pain. So I say that you are the painkiller for their pain. Why it works? Because hiring managers hate waiting for the HR to send candidates. Yeah, that's 100% true. They have problem, which is now happening. They need someone who can start next week. You show up with the proof, clarity, intentive. You are the easy choice. Reality check is, does this always work? No, of course. When it works, you actually skip 80% of the process. And finally is like referrals. Why referrals are different? Because you're not a random 24/7, because someone is referring you. So you are kind of pre-selected and you are trusted. And especially, for example, let's say if you are getting referral from some Polish people, let's say Tomasz, you are kind of trustworthy and you're not a complete stranger. Your CV is gonna actually be visible, or the HRs is gonna definitely see your CV. And that was the video. And if you actually take action on this fourth thing, not specifically just applying for jobs and just waiting and then just sitting and complaining about why the job market is not working or why the job market is unfair, so on and so forth. You're not going to actually be able to what my clients are getting. If you want the complete support about your job search, my team is helping you to get a job. I'm going to actually quickly just leave my like the Calendly, basically the website, so you can actually check it. If you are fit, we can get started. Otherwise, you can watch the videos like this and get some value and just put in the work, take action, and get your job offer. So just quick recap the entire thing. Instead of you for the easy apply or just through portals, what you have to do, as I said, basically you have to have a system, you have to have a distribution channel where you can actually rely on, which is predictable, which is the strategy. For example, as I said, you apply for the job, distribution number one, and you're going to actually select the jobs, 25 to let's say 30 applications every week, where you can actually hit the 70% of the job description. You're not going to apply to random jobs, which is totally doesn't make sense because you're not going to get anything, like anything. Second thing is the HR. So we actually run the calculation 50 equals to 2 to 3 or 2 to 5 responses, and 2 to 5 response equals, let's say, one job interview. So every 50 messages, you get one job interview. And then the third distribution channel is the hiring managers. So basically where you skip 80% of the hiring process and you talk to the decision maker directly. And then the fourth one is you getting referrals from the people who are already in the company. And I'm telling you, if you actually get this one and then you create content on LinkedIn, you put all the effort on steroids. It's a lot easier to get responses from the HR, a lot easier to get the response from the decision maker. It's a lot to get easier to get the referrals from the trusted people. And it all comes down to the system you have. That's how you can actually get between 4 to 8 job interviews monthly. And if you rely on only one easy apply, it's not going to happen. And you keep doing what you've been doing and you get nothing but rejection. And that's what's been working for me and for my clients over the course of 22 months. If you want us to come to your system and basically revamp everything, the job search you have, like the process, you can let us know and I'm more than happy to help you. Apart from that, that's pretty much it for today and see you in the next video. Bye bye.